We're live on Facebook and Instagram. So
well, not technically yet on Facebook. Oh, now we are on Facebook. Yeah.
let's do this again. We are live on Facebook and Instagram. Hello, people, good people of the world. Hi. Welcome to Wine Chats with Bildo and Lindalin. My name is Billy Milovanovic, a.k.a. Bildo.
My name's Lindalin, a.k.a. I always want to say Lindsay.
Her name is Lindsay.
Yeah,
you guys
confuse me. So many names.
Yeah. Hi, Lindsay.
Oh, hi, Billiana.
This is an offensively funny podcast about drinking wine and chatting life. What have you got to say for yourself, Lindsay?
That I'm really tired.
Oh, girlfriend, preaching to the choir today.
Right? It's going to be a good one. Last week we weren't here.
No, right, yes.
So that sucks.
Yeah.
But, you know.
But we're back.
We're back. Did you miss me?
I actually did miss you.
Yeah,
I did. I didn't think I would, but I did.
You did. I'm so amazing. But
Yep, okay.
one listener did not think so. So our episode today, we're going to be talking about, I'm
so excited about this episode. Sorry to cut you
It's so
off.
funny. Yeah.
Yes.
It's funny in the sense of very entertaining for us.
For me.
Yes. Be careful what you wish for kind of vibe
Yes.
going on, because Billy and I have always been like, oh, wouldn't it be great if we had like a Dear Bildo and Lindalin segment?
Yes.
And for the viewers, like we reach out all the time, like send us a question, anything to engage.
Yes. Because we like talking to you guys.
We do. And we think we're super, smart and opinionated and full of wisdom. But we actually get crickets. But not this time. We got two really interesting, one email and one message.
Yes.
So we thought we would make an episode about it because they're so freaking entertaining.
Yes.
So that's what we're going to be talking about.
Plus, we did, stay tuned. Mm-hmm. We did have one person reach out to us with an actual problem.
Yes.
Which we would love to sink our teeth into. So
yeah.
Before we start all of that and go to our catch-up chats,
yes.
shall we drink some wine?
Oh,
well, I just feel like we always forget it and always start drinking it halfway through. So
yes, and because we're doing sparkles today, let's open the wine first and do our catch-up chat while we're sipping it, because
let's do it.
It is humid as fuck here in Brisbane.
Yes, it is.
And I've had it already in the freezer to try and keep it super cold.
You would have to.
Because we're doing Georgie Orbach's sparkles.
I know. I picked this one. Good. We had a couple of different choices. I picked the sparkles now. People who are followers and listeners of Wine Chats know that I'm not a huge fan of sparkles, only because they make me burp a lot. But we're going to try it.
We're going to
give it a good crack.
And now anybody that knows me and opening sparkles, bubbles, I hate it. I'm petrified. I'm always scared of the cork. So you can open
it. Do it.
Well, I read the fun fact. It is so
let's do it.
Sweaty. Fun fact about Georgie Orbach's sparkles is that this wine has won the Australian Wine Showcase Award.
Mm-hmm. And it's even on the label.
Yeah.
Winning chicken dinner.
Now it is...
What does that even mean?
No, I literally was going to say, we'll wait for part two. It's been awarded gold, 93 points. Now, a future fun fact will be what the fuck that even means.
How many points?
93.
93. Why not 94?
I don't know.
Right?
Okay.
I'm opening it, so don't get scared, because it's going to, it pops, right? I want to try and get this pop for you. Hang on.
That's why I don't like it. I'm getting very nervous. It's a very small room. Anyway, yep. Okay. Thank God.
That is music to my ears.
Is it? It just makes my stomach drop.
It's just that beautiful pop,
Do a what? A nun? Is that a nun's fart? Am I reading?
Wine's blog. What is a nun's fart?
Tell us. Oh my God.
Oh, use a sword.
I did that sabering. I've done. Remember our photo shoot when I did it?
Yes, we did do it sabering. Yeah. And Lindalin killed it actually that time.
Amazing.
And can I invite you to also join us on Facebook every once in a while live, so you can see the size of our studio, because quite frankly, a sword in here, A, wouldn't fit, B, would probably slice someone's head off. So
look at there's the door right
love
there.
it.
The door is literally right beside Billy's arm.
Yeah, thank you, but no thank you.
So a future fun fact will be what the gold and the points actually mean. Yeah. Because wine people like us, we have no idea.
I think that's a really good thing to teach us, Lenny, because I just heard that too, and I'm like, what is... Okay.
Actual wine people would know, but if you're a wine drinker like Billy and I, we have no idea.
Which is basically to say that we drink wine on the occasion.
Yeah.
Once a week for me.
On Thursdays for Billy. But I have to reiterate the fact that, like Georgie Orbach wines, this bottle is $10, people.
Yes.
$10. Now, we haven't obviously tried it, but her previous bottles, which are like $10, $12, they're fucking delicious. I'm not joking.
And I love saying this every single time, but you know, when you think of like a $10 bottle of wine, you're normally thinking of your cooking wines that's like cheap and nasty stuff.
Yeah.
This is like, she is like, Georgie is a person and she has this vineyard and she makes her own freaking wine. So like, seriously.
Like yummy wines.
Okay.
So we're just going to sip on it and we'll tell you. Why do you do that?
I'm trying to get the bubbles out. I'm just doing a little swirl so I get a little bit of the bubble out. I do it to my Coca-Cola as well. Everybody chill.
Okay. Oh, hello.
Didn't we cheers?
I don't know. Did we?
We've got recording of this. I'm not going to tell you what it tastes like because that's stay tuned.
Stay tuned, Billy. Yeah, stay tuned.
For that later.
Okay.
But I can tell you that I'm really happy. No, I'm really happy that it's like super duper cold. Right?
Yeah, chucked it in the freezer.
All right, Lenny, what's up? What's happened?
Catch up. Well, Cammie fucking got COVID.
Yeah. I love you saying with such venom like it's his fault.
It was. And do you know now, obviously he's fine. He's survived. He had very mild symptoms. He's fine. It's okay for me to be really frustrated with him.
Well, it's just us talking. Don't worry about him.
Yeah. So as you know, my shoulder is totally causing me issues. So I had an appointment booked to have a steroid injection in it for Tuesday morning. Cameron comes home Monday night from work going, "Ooh, I think I have COVID. I'm going to go get a test, blah, blah." I'm like, oh. So I'm going to bed. Like, he got home late. By the time he got the test and took it, I was sleeping. So I wake up to do a pee and he's not in bed. I'm like, oh no, he must have COVID. Because I told him, if you have COVID, you're downstairs. Like, don't come near me.
At least you have it downstairs.
Yeah, so downstairs, which is where we are, his office, his bathroom, a TV room, spare room. Like, so I'm like, you're fine. You go downstairs.
Yeah.
He has COVID. So instead of, I'm such a bitch of a wife, standing in the doorway of the spare room when he's laying in bed, it's like, you know,
coming in with Glen 20.
Yeah. No. I said to him, "Why are you down here?" He's like, "Well, because I tested positive." I'm like, "Are you serious?" And I know. Because all in my mind, I was thinking, I can't go and have my injection tomorrow. Plus, the kids were booked in for their vaccines, and I really wanted to get their vaccines done before school started. So as a mom, you're thinking of all these logistics that, okay, I've got to change my whole week
COVID
around,
just didn't fit into Lindalin's schedule.
Exactly.
For that week.
Why couldn't Cameron understand that?
But actually, like, you had like important stuff booked, which is funny. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just like a usual week, you know, like your shoulder, like even this morning we were doing something and she was like,
yeah, like she could be a wuss. Yeah. I just moved it forward. Anyways, he's fine. He stayed downstairs. We didn't catch it. Thank God.
Amazing.
Like, and when he would, it was funny, when he would come upstairs, he'd bring the Glen 20, which is like a disinfectant spray for overseas people. And like, he would spray as he walked back down the stairs.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyways, that was my COVID.
That's why we missed last week. That's right. Anyway, we're back to it.
Yeah.
My entire being is changing. I don't know what's really happening with me.
What do you mean?
You know how we've since we our last catch up chat, I told you about my lingerie. Like, you guys, yes, I started watching Star Wars. I don't know
in your lingerie.
No, because
that's too far.
Henry might like. No, that's stupid.
I hate Star Wars.
I cannot believe this. Like, Henry started watching The Mandalorian, and I was watching it with him because that's like a spin-off of Star Wars. There's like a bazillion different Star Wars things you can watch.
So confused by them. Yeah.
So we started watching The Mandalorian, and I probably missed a good few chunks in there because I'm like, this is just boring space shit. But then it really captured me. And then afterwards, I'm like, Henry, we have to watch Star Wars. Like, we need to know where these people come from. So we watched the Star Wars the other day, and it starts on chapter 5. People, I'm too new to this. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
But I'm really enthralled.
So when you say you're watching Star Wars, are you watching like Princess Leia Star Wars, like the original?
Her name is Leia.
Leia. Close. It starts with an L. I was very on
the Princess Leia thing, the whole shebang.
Leia. So from the very beginning, and like, who is it? Chewie Chewbacca.
Yes, he was there. Yes.
So like the original where it was like done in decades ago?
Yes, 1977. But this is what bugs me is that they like digitalized so much of it to release for Disney Plus.
Right.
So George Lucas, he obviously has Lucasfilms. So he has redone the whole thing, but then it just looks so bad. So like instead of it being like the 1970s version of what they did and produced the way that they could back in the 1970s, they've digitalized a whole bunch of it. So it looks all like a mishmash. Like somebody did bad paper mache. That's what it looks like.
Not selling it. Okay.
Anyway, listen. So that's it. My whole DNA is changing. Next week, I might tell you about the next thing I've started to do. That's totally not me.
Do I know about this?
I don't know. There's something else will come up. Like I've started walking as well.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like literally my entire being is changing.
Right. I thought there was something like it was a cliffhanger.
No. Well, yes, there is something.
There's not.
Come back next week and hear about it.
All right.
Give me a week to think about it.
To do something really exciting.
Give me a week to figure it out. That's right. It's something better than, hey, I'm walking now, guys. Okay, so.
I know when you said that to me the other day, hey, I'm walking. I'm like, wow, you're a little bit delayed in your development.
I would like to point out that I told Sumi, my other close, I mean, she's not really a friend. She's more like.
She was in your wedding party.
Like an extension of me, yes.
Yeah.
So I told Sumi and she was like, what? Like you're walking? And I'm like, Sumi, that is the perfect reaction to what's happening to me.
Yeah.
Because she lives probably not even 500 meters from me and I would drive to see her. Like I would never walk there. Literally, it's the nicest walk through parks and I would never walk with my family.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, Sumi, I'm going to walk for an hour before I come to your house.
Oh, so not even just walking to her house, but like walking.
No, I'm like proper walking, like creeping into people's houses. Anyway.
Boring.
Let's get on with this episode because
okay. You're going to start with, I'm going to call it the belly button email. Billy got so excited. Will you call it out?
Yeah.
Billy got so excited. She's like, Lindalin, we got this email from some guy. He reached out to us asking if, basically, do we do like Dear Bildo and Lindalin type stuff?
Yes.
This has been Billy's dream. She has always wanted this type of segment.
Literally from the beginning of Wine Chats.
Yeah. And so it was very generic. And I'm like, obviously reply, but like, don't get your hopes up. Like, we don't know who this person is. So you replied very like, yeah, sure, cool, type thing.
Like email us, like, what's your problem, dude? We will solve it for you.
Now, please don't read them all of it because people will fall asleep. But read this guy, he emailed multiple times.
Yes, we have about 6 or 7 emails from him.
Yeah.
And they're all quite lengthy.
Yes.
So it's not like he put time and effort into it.
Yeah.
Now, Lindalin doesn't think this person is real. Henry thinks that this is someone trolling us. And I think that this could be a legitimate problem that needs to be solved.
And you are fucking crazy.
So let's go with that. Dude has issues.
I've lost
he
my
needs
words.
Help.
In our messaging, I'm like, do not reply to this guy now that we know what his jam is. Like, he's not real Billy. Like, he is either making fun of us or he's like trying to spam us.
In the event.
And tell the people what you said.
In the event that this person is real, I want to help them. They ask for our help.
Yeah. Okay.
Bildo and Lindalin, the magical Bildo and Lindalin, will assist this lovely gentleman. Who we shall call John, which is not his name.
No.
In case his girlfriend is listening and also gets upset with him. Here we go. Hello, girls, but I'm going to start with Dear Bildo and Lindalin.
Because that's how the dream is.
That's
right?
the dream.
That's the dream.
Dear Bildo and Lindalin, I have a problem. I need your relationship advice /opinions/tips.
Perfect.
So far, so good.
We're down.
So me and my girlfriend have been together for nearly 14 months and she has this thing for my belly button. For some reason, she has been wanting to play with my belly button, with her mouth/lips, in different ways, especially with blowing raspberries into my belly button. I don't know what to do about this because I have quite a sensitive/tickly belly button. It's really sensitive to touch. At the same time, should I let her do this to my belly button or should I let her try blowing raspberries on my belly button and playing with my belly? I can't tell if this is a kink/fetish she got for my belly button or is this just a belly button obsession she has? All really good questions, John. I know not many people have outie belly buttons, only a small number of people, My girlfriend, though, has an innie belly button. Should we go on the journey of the belly button to see where it takes us?
See, like, come on, John.
No. Bring it back.
There's so much more, people. So much more.
To see where this takes us or to see if I like the feeling of having my belly button touched or blown on by her. I'm really self-conscious of my belly button as well. Due to it being an outie, I would really appreciate some friendly advice, opinions, or tips from you girls on what you think I should do about all of this. I'm okay touching blowing raspberries on her innie belly button though. If you could give me best advice, that would be brilliant and amazing. Also, we've been talking about babies as well. We want to try for a baby together, but I've never been sexually active before in my life. or had sex before, either with my partner. We have been talking about baby names, so we got a list of baby names we like. We're thinking of trying for a baby daughter or baby son. There's really no alternative, John. Can you give me any advice, tips, how I can become sexually active, have sex for the first time, or how to get into it as well for the very first time? We've been wanting to become parents for the very first time, especially me. I have always wanted to be a daddy to a daughter or a son. Again, no alternative.
Well, nowadays people would.
Yes, but not when they're born.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. We new to preparing for a family, trying for a baby. Yep, I would really appreciate all your advice. If I could stay anonymous, absolutely, John. This is 100% anonymous.
There's so many Johns in the world.
So many Johns.
Now, for those people that are on Billy's side that think that this person may be a real person.
I think that it could be a real person that has problems with their English. Like English isn't their first language. And I think that there are totally people out there who could genuinely be like struggling with things like this. So in the event that like this person is listening and they want our advice, how can I laugh in their face? That's not fair. You know what I'm saying? Like it could genuinely be a thing that that they haven't come across before.
It could, but it's just that they went on and on and on. And that's not the only email.
There's 6 others after that.
There's lots more.
It just keeps going.
The same type of stuff.
Yeah.
Like
we just don't have enough time in our episode to go through 16 emails. Yeah.
About the belly buttons
but let's break it
babies
down.
And stuff. Let's break it down.
We get the gist. You don't think that this is real.
No.
I totally think that John needs help.
And our Kmart light. Hello, Kmart.
Has died.
Kmart, that's not fair.
Time out.
Didn't I do this last week too?
I did. I think it overheats.
Oh, jeez. That's what you get for $15. Right? Or was it 12? See, there you go. It just needs a little love.
12
nudge.
is probably on special. No.
Yeah.
Okay. We got it.
Look, I just think, and this is just the bitch in me, I'm straight up, this is a joke. It's not real, Billy. And even I'm like, do not reply, Billy. She's like, oh, but what if it's a real person? It just...
How can we be saying, hey, send us your questions about Dear Bildo and Dear Lindalin, and then we laugh in their faces and tell them they're fake?
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
But we didn't actually reach out at this particular time. They reached out to us.
That's true. That's true.
Willy-nilly.
I mean, manifestation is a thing. That's all I'm saying.
It could be.
I'm just trying to find some more of his emails just to see if there's anything like additional to the... So far we have the belly button issue, the sex issue,
haven't had sex. They want to have a
baby issue. So I think we just need to break it down a little bit.
Well, to break it down.
Yeah, it just keeps going on about I'm different to everyone else because I know outies aren't that popular in the world. Okay. First of all, this any outie issue.
Is that an actual issue?
It's not an actual issue. Lenny, tell them. If it's not a thing.
Oh, if it's not a thing, it's not a thing.
It's not a thing.
First of all, get over the fact that if it's any outie, like who cares?
Dude, who cares?
How do you get into sex? Well, you put a condom on, you get some lube, and you stick in the penis. Look, do we even know it's a boy? It's a boy. Well, the name's a boy name, but I guess he did say him, right? Okay. So,
I think it's a boy. It's a guy.
If you're like Billy, you put your Coconut Island candle on and you...
I just think go with the belly button thing, explore it. He might like it. And if she likes it, it's a good way to turn yourselves on, right? Just go down the path. Many weird
fetishes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It could be the belly button thing for her could be totally a weird fetish thing.
Yeah.
Like the fact that she keeps going back to it. Do it to her. See if it leads anywhere.
I wish we knew how old these people were.
And it could be a young person as well, because I feel like somebody who's never been sexually active, right?
Or they could just be unlucky in life and be a 30-year-old and not know.
Right. Well, it could be the 40-year-old virgin is a thing. Now, I just think you need to... But there's people out there. Just start exploring and putting digits into nooks that might...
See, I think it's such a waste of time.
It's how do you have sex? I don't Google it, man. I'm not going to tell you that information. I just feel like that's a bit too far of a step. But I think we can both agree on the fact that you should totally do the whole belly button thing and actually start being sexually active before you try and have a daughter or a son.
Right. Yeah. Normally, and again, this is why I'd like to know the ages. Normally, you don't have sex for the first time to create a baby. But maybe in some religions.
True.
Some religions.
And this is what I'm saying. To me, it almost seems like a religious thing. It could be a country that's really conservative. Do you know what I mean?
And that what they've been, their last resort is to blow raspberries on the belly button?
Well, maybe that's the only part they can like, oh, wow, okay.
Well, that's what happens in some of those countries.
I get it. Well, yeah.
Right?
Okay, yeah,
Like,
let's go with that.
If you're not married and you have
That's right.
sex,
Yeah.
you could be hung on the wall.
Okay. Don't get hung on the wall. Definitely propose first.
Handmaid's Tale.
Just do it step by step, Josh. I think it's a John.
Damn
it.
Just like her name's not Katie.
All right. Right? We've done that before.
Let's call her Katie. Talking about someone else we weren't supposed to name. Okay.
That's it. I mean, I think you just need to like explore it together and communicate. Okay. Definitely don't have kids until you're ready.
Okay.
That shit will.
We have wasted so much time on this.
I love this email so much. And the 16 emails that followed it. I just think like it's such a vulnerable thing to send to someone. And if it is a joke and if you are joking, thank you, because you honestly like brightened up my day.
Oh, it was entertaining.
It was so entertaining.
But this is the thing. If it was legit,
yes,
they wouldn't have sent us so many emails, Billy.
You don't know that.
No, we do.
I've had somebody contact me through the blog of Bildo before, way before Wine Chats or whatever, and they used to send me lots and lots of emails, and they were someone who was from a country that's different to ours.
Yeah.
I don't want to out anybody, but they were very much like that. Like this, you know, obviously people become obsessed with us. Duh.
It's so easy to.
So naturally you want to send us lots of emails. I get it.
Okay. Well, I still think they're a lunatic, but I could be wrong. Let's move on. My glass is empty. I was not.
Yes.
Okay, because Billy was very tired and grumpy when she showed up. So I'm like, you pick the wine. We had a Chardonnay and a Sparkles. I thought for sure she would pick the Chardonnay.
Right.
Both of these ones aren't on our top list of types of wine.
True.
And when you picked the Sparkles, I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
So nice.
So fucking good.
Like the bubbles are not offensive at all.
So
like
dainty.
they're just, they're there, but they're enjoyable.
I have not burped once, you guys.
You haven't?
And that's not even a joke.
No, and I'm very surprised.
Yes.
Yeah. Definitely not sweet. Like a lot of citrus to me. I have no idea if there is citrus in this. I didn't even read it. But it's like, I don't know. It's so refreshing.
It's so
nice,
I've been like sipping away at it. I'm almost finished mine. I haven't even, it's just been beautiful. I agree.
So surprised. Again,
really nice.
That is $10.
$10, you guys.
Like
such a good celebration. Like, isn't that what people do with Sparkles?
Oh my God, you're so embarrassing.
Pop it.
Oh my God. Give me your phone. Okay. This is funny timing because so our podcast host, podcast.co
Hi, podcast.co
has this, like, I guess sister platform type thing called Matchmaker.
Yes.
Not a dating app. It's for people to
kind of for podcasters.
For podcasts, like, or radio shows or whatever. Like, podcasts, obviously, mainly. Basically, for you to find guests for your show and vice versa. So we've been on this for quite some time. And this...
Oh, I think that might be the first one, so maybe the second one.
Yeah. So this one guy, again, should we leave him anonymous? Anyways, a guy reached out to us.
A guy reached out to us.
He's an author. He reached out wanting to be a guest on our show. We broke his heart by saying, sorry, we unfortunately aren't doing guests anymore. We decided that late last year. We just didn't, it wasn't our vibe anymore. But before we could even reply back to him.
Yeah, because he initially messaged us. Whenever we replied to him, just didn't get around to it.
Hadn't got around to it yet. It wasn't like months in between, but it was Christmas time and all this kind of stuff.
Yes.
So before we could reply to him, breaking his heart, he replies back going, Mrs. Lindalin.
I actually just want to point out, sorry, before you begin, Matchmaker is actually like Lindsay Kirkwood. It's not like Bildo and Lindalin. So I think maybe that's why he's directing it directly to you. But
yes. Yeah. The account is under my name.
Yeah.
And he's obviously listened to our show.
Also, obviously he likes me because he didn't direct that at me. Go on.
Oh my God. So just to give you a background about him though, he's an author, but about evaluating characteristics about other people and mainly men. He's a man.
Right.
It's a man. In the modern dating world. Okay. So that's his niche type thing.
Yeah. And that's why he wanted to come and be a guest.
Yes. To talk about all that kind of stuff in the dating world.
Right.
Okay. So, Mrs. Lindalin, Happy New Year, ma'am. Ew, am I 50?
Thank you.
I'm following up with you as I have not heard back. While waiting, I had the chance to watch your episode. Don't you just hate it when things go wrong?
Right.
Okay. Good. Great. Download us. Ma'am, I'm extremely concerned for you and your mental health. Now, I don't want to make fun of mental health issues. That's not what I'm making fun of, because if someone has mental health issues, that's huge. That's a thing, right?
And maybe Lindalin doesn't see what we see. Go on.
Why do you feel like you always have to have the last word? At about 6 minutes and 14 seconds after Mrs. Bildu told you the name, Gabrielle, you felt it necessary to say, I wanted to say Gabriella. Why was that necessary? It's called conversation.
It's called, conversing.
Yeah, I don't know. Mrs. Lindalin, you are struggling with unforgiveness. Wow. A number of times throughout the episode, you did the same thing, and he listed 4 different points in that particular episode where I apparently had to have the last word. Again, a normal conversation, one person always has to have the last word. Like that's the way it works. So if he's listed 4 different times, so that means the billion other times Billy had the last word.
No, I refuse. Right? No, don't bring me into this.
Okay, fine, whatever. Yeah. It is as if your feelings get hurt so easily and you have to quickly find some sort of way to retaliate. I dare say, I think this is why you guys have a very bad chemistry on your show. That is so weird to us because
it's Lindsay's fault.
It is my fault. I'm so bad. I'm such a bitch, I guess.
I know it's true. Yeah. Can you read it? Just read it and we can.
Okay. Sorry.
Because we want to get the whole
right. Okay.
Yeah.
I just have so much to say.
I know.
I think this is why both of you kept undermining one another so much. It was very uncomfortable to watch. What is most concerning is that this undermining behavior comes off as second nature for you guys. Oh, see, you're included now.
Well, damn it.
Yeah, I'm quite confident it stems from other areas of your life. If you would like victory over mental health disease, unforgiveness, please let me know. I hope to hear back from you soon and the opportunity to help you guys heal your wounds.
I just feel like if you're going to pitch to someone to want to be on their show.
Not the way to win our love.
Not the way to win our love. I like the bit where he said that you always have the last word, because I've been struggling with that for almost 3 years now.
Which is so funny because no one will lie.
Listen to pretty much every end of every episode that there ever has been. And you will hear me trying to be like, bye.
And how I'm like, can you let me talk now? Like, can I talk now? So
why
funny.
is it necessary for you to say that to me, Lindy?
I don't know. I don't know. I just found the whole thing, and again, I'm constructive criticism. Okay, not everyone's going to like me. Totally down with that.
Yeah, well,
everybody has their own opinion.
You do you, babe.
Yeah, totally. I just found it so entertaining because it was so off in my mind.
I agree. Like, I mean, and I'm like our biggest critic, I think. And, you know, we're the first ones to kind of say, okay, well, you know, maybe like, you know, you're offensive or I'm this or you're that or whatever. Yeah. So I think we're very like understanding of who we are.
Yeah.
Each of us. So to me, that is so far off. Plus the whole chemistry thing. I feel like the one thing that people really, really do comment on is how like what a good chemistry we have.
Yeah.
So it is hilarious to me that he found us off-putting and
I know that we have really bad chemistry.
Like if that's the case, then we might as well quit this right now because there's honestly no sense in trying to build this empire. I found that really just hilarious. I don't know what else.
It was entertaining.
It was entertaining. Yeah. It was entertaining.
Yeah. Should I read my response? Because I was very passive.
Why not?
Passive aggressive.
Why not?
Lindalin, just in case he got confused. I don't know. I should have put ma'am or Mrs.
Hello,
Lindalin.
Mr.
Yeah, Mr. Find your comments in your second message quite interesting, entertaining, and so far from the truth. It's like you're making things up about me just to make Bill to look like a superstar. I mean, she is a superstar in my eyes. And as you guys are from the same land, it makes sense because he's Croatian. Or
but actually,
Serbian
he's in Croatia. No, he's not.
Where is he?
Well, he appears to be of like African descent.
Yeah, but he's not. If you go to his profile.
His profile says that he lives in Zagreb, Croatia.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's from there.
Oh. Why?
I think he might just live there.
Oh, well, either way, he's living in your land.
Yeah.
Okay. So of course he's going to make me the white Canadian, the bad one.
Yeah, we hate Canadians,
right?
It's true.
To me, though, it's kind of a red flag about your character. Now, I'm not going to waste my time to address each of your opinions and thoughts about me or defend myself, but I will say there is absolutely no need to be extremely concerned for me and my mental health, because I actually feel like mental health is such a big deal nowadays.
And an actual serious thing.
100%.
Yeah.
And again, if he knew anything about us, I've never talked about my mental health issues because I genuinely don't have any. 100%. I'm not making lies up either. Billy's the one, if any of us has struggled with any sort of mental health issues, it's you.
Totally.
So maybe he's confused by who's who. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. No, he definitely had you right.
Yeah.
Remember all the time slot? Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Hilarious.
Like he listened and like paused and wrote down. Yeah. I said, I mean, thank you, but leave that worry for those making not making shit up about me and actually know who I am. Oh. You are more than welcome to reply, as I'm happy to pass around the last word wand.
Oh, I love that bit. I love that bit. You are welcome to reply because I'm happy to pass around.
And I ended
last
it.
Word one.
I just said, take care of yourself in this crazy world. Lindalin, smiley face.
And then this was the most disappointing part to me. What did he write back?
Greetings, ladies. Thank you for your reply. God bless and enjoy the rest of the year.
Like, boo, fight with us a little. Come on. You know, look, argue back and forth. We still like hearing from you.
No, he's the bigger one because, I realized my reply was a bit childish and like it wasn't necessary. I could have just left it. I get that, but I wanted to have fun with it because we got both of these messages kind of around the same time.
So we were like, we should make an episode out of this.
Yeah. So it was.
But also, I don't think people should get away with saying shit about other people and just getting I'm not saying go out there and fight people on the internet because that is the worst thing you could possibly enter into. No. Absolutely. If you just want to walk away. But also people can't just say shit like that.
Well, they can and they do. And that I'm totally down with it. Like whatever he wants to say about me, fine, whatever.
Yeah, I don't actually care.
I don't care.
Yeah.
But I felt like Kim K. I totally know what Kim K feels like getting all this hate mail.
And this is the part where it's like, be careful what you wish for, because obviously we would love to have our audience slide into our DMs and actually chat to us about stuff, but we don't want belly button weirdos.
I know.
But we did have one genuine person who has contacted us for a Dear Builder and Lindalin segment.
An actual question.
And
concern, which we truly love.
So we will call this the Dear Builder and Lindalin segment.
Yeah, this is starting it off, people. So we're serious. We're not going to make fun of you because these two situations were totally like, they're just not real ones.
John's situation might be.
He's not real.
He might be. Anyway, look, I'm not going to read the messages. Point being, long story short, a person has reached out to us.
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about it.
To say, yes, we're going to talk about it. Yeah. A person has reached out to us to say, look, all my friends now have babies. My kids are bigger now. I don't have babies. How do I go about finding new friends?
Yeah, she's having a hard time making friends.
Because now all her friends are talking about is young baby shit. Yeah. We know when you have older kids, we don't care about babies as much.
No,
we're out of that. We've moved on to other things.
Yeah.
So Lindalin, how do you find adult friends? And actually, again, you have a really good story about.
Yeah. Well, when I came over here, obviously it was a very long time ago, but when I came over, obviously I had no friends. I didn't come over with any friends. And I remember actually getting quite cranky with Cameron when he'd go out with his friends. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? I have no friends. Yeah, it was actually a big deal, like between us. It was an issue between us. And then I had to get over that fact that, well, this is just the situation.
He has friends and I don't.
He has friends, I don't.
Well, yeah.
But then I had to make friends. And it's actually, I think for a girl, and I've said this many times before, for girls to make friends, it's so much harder than guys because guys can just go to a pub and have a beer and talk about what's sports on the TV or like.
So true.
It's easier, I think, from my perspective, that it's easier for a guy to make friends than chicks to make friends.
Do you think it's because we're pickier as well?
Oh, I
because I feel like somebody has to gel with me before I can go into spending any more time with them.
Yeah, I think girls talk about more in-depth things, and we have to actually feel like she is my girl, my friend. Where a guy, they don't go to the next level, if that makes sense. Like a guy they can just shoot the shit over a beer and like they're friends.
Yeah.
Whereas a chick, if we get together and you come over for a coffee or cuppa or whatever, like we end up chatting about more in-depth things.
Yeah, we dig deep.
Right?
You're right.
So for me, obviously, I didn't have kids back then, so you make friends through work, whatever. But now that my kids are in school and daycare, like when the kids start with daycare, but you make friends with your kids' friends' parents that you vibe with. Or at least that's been my case.
How did you make friends? And like, serious question, like when?
Well, you have to be social too. Like if you're a mom at drop off and pick up, or within your kid's social life, whatever, and you don't engage or like chat with the other parents, you're not going to get friends.
Yeah. And that was going to be my little bit of a suggestion is like the problem is you actually have to try.
Yeah.
Like when you don't naturally have a group that you are close to, you quite literally have to maybe join a club or something, like actually go and like find something that interests you, like chase that and find people who kind of have the same feelings you do in the sense. Do you think?
Yes, but not even to that degree to start. If that's too daunting, even just saying hi. Like if you see, not to be judgy, but if you see a parent at school drop off, and I'm just sticking to daycare, school drop off. Obviously in this girl's situation, her kids are older, so at school drop off. If you can kind of gauge with like, oh yeah, she seems like my people or he seems like my people type thing. Just say, hey.
Yes, be brave.
Like just when you walk by, oh, hey, how are you? Yeah. Like there's so many moms at school drop off that I see. I have no idea anything about them, whatever, but I just say, hey, you smile because you see their faces like over and over again. And I've made literally besides you, like my good group of girlfriends here, and Bane's only in grade 3, are all school mums. Yeah. But now they're not school mum friends. They're my actual friends. Yeah. But also for me too, Pilates. So I've got some,
your Pilates crew.
Yeah. Some nice friends through Pilates because again, you kind of have that common interest and it just evolves, you know.
That's it. You kind of have to, and I feel like, I mean, this is so, I'm probably speaking out of turn because my kids are still really little, but I kind of feel like you get so like I'm a mum and this is what I do, and sometimes it's really hard for us to break away from that and actually just go and chase our own interests. Yeah. So it's like I feel like you almost just have to like find something that like interests you and just try and like meet people in that way. You got to do something that's different to what you're doing now. You got to step out and get a little brave, which is so scary.
It is. And like I hate the mom groups, no offense, that all they do is talk about the kids. I have never been that type of mom. I refuse. I do not care what percentile your kid is on the charts. Not to be rude, I fucking don't care. I can't stand it. I don't care how tall they are, how big they are, or how little they are, how much they eat. I don't care. Are they healthy? Are they alive? Are they happy?
Yes.
That's like that group of moms I've never gelled with because that's not my people. Yeah. All of my mom friends, when we get together, we don't sit around talking about our kids. Like, it comes up in conversation because you talk about like, how are you? What's going on? But then we talk about random shit and we laugh and we, talk about what you and I talk about, like stuff.
Well, and I think that's actually a really big thing that like we've tried to do with Wine Chats as well, is like not to talk about the
kids all the time
stuff. Yeah. Because it's easy to make a podcast about talking about mum life. That's easy. But like we just don't, like it's, oh God, does anybody actually care? Like,
well, some people, no.
Some people do, I get it.
Some people do, and that's totally cool. Yeah. That's their jam. I'm all for it if that is your jam. Yeah. For me, it's not. I've never been a park mom. I've never been the type of mom to talk about the percentiles on the chart.
Actually, and it's funny you mentioned that because our percentiles were totally different, but our kids are still alive and still healthy. Yeah. And literally it does not matter.
I don't care. I really don't care. Literally, it was so funny. This is kind of off track. When Van was getting his checkups, whatever.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. And the GP was measuring his head and, his head circumference is his weight. Because all my kids are like string beans.
Yes, literally.
Super skinny. They eat, they're fine, string beans. And the GP was concerned. So she wanted us to take him to a pediatrician at that hospital, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. Because I guess I should do the right thing. Took him. And the pediatrician, going over the stuff. And she goes, okay, so the GP has recommended you. Now, what does mum think? And I go,
yes, thank you.
I think this is a waste of your time. And she goes, and you know what? You're right. She's like, he's fine. Yep. He's fine. Yeah. Like those charts, they mean nothing unless if they actually mean things. Like you can tell.
Gee, I hope we solved that conundrum you were in there. We just took a little
I know, detour. But seriously, like what you said, find common interest.
Get brave.
Say hi to somebody at school. If you do drop off and pick up, it's a great way to find. And then even, back with like the school thing, if your kids are having a play date, I know this girl has older kids, so it's a bit different. But if they're hanging out at your house or whatever, ask the mum if you kind of like her. Say, hey, do you want to come in for a drink while the kids play or something?
Totally, yeah. Solving problems, people. If you have a question for the Dear Builder and Lindalin segment, please message us because we just think it's awesome. Like, it's my favorite.
Yeah. Unless if it's about your belly button. I'm just going to laugh.
I want to hear that too. That's fine.
Yeah.
Because that made us laugh, didn't it?
It did. It was very entertaining. Yeah.
The rest of you who are so problem-free, you may find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever you have your socials. Not Snapchat. None of these like young people things. We have a website, winechatspodcast.com. We have an email address if you want to email us your questions at winechatspodcast@gmail.com.
And LinkedIn.
And LinkedIn, of course, yes. So Lindalin, I will pass to you the last word wand and you may finalize this episode.
Are you sure? I don't want to take your...
No, you take the wand.
Okay.
You got it. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Chat soon. How rude of me. How rude.